All right, last but not least, we are finding the area. So part C says, determine the area of each given figure in the coordinate plane. Round your answer to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So we're going to find the area of this figure. So this figure is a composite figure, which means, like we said earlier, it's made of a bunch of shapes put together. So I'm going to separate this into rectangles and triangles because that's how I see it. And also because we learned how to do area of rectangles and triangles. So that's why I'm going to separate it into rectangles and triangles. So as you can see, I separated off one triangle already. And so let's separate this into more triangles and rectangles. Now you can see I've made a rectangle. So here's my triangle. Here's my rectangle. And where else can I separate it? I'm going to separate two triangles like that. So here's another, and here's another. And finally, here is a last rectangle. So why did I separate it into triangles and rectangles? Well, because we learned how to do areas of triangles and rectangles. So that is how I'm going to separate it. So here are my three triangles, and remember the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So let's take a look at triangle number 1. Shape number 1. So let's plug it in, or let's figure out what is the base and the height of this triangle. So the base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about the height? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so plugging into this formula, 1/2 5 times 4, 1/2 base times height. And this is going to give you 10. So the area of section 1 is 10. I am going to write that in section 1. So the area of that section is 10. Okay, what about section 2 and 3? 2 and 3 are actually the same exact size. If you take a look at it, you can see that they are just mirror images of each other. So we know that 2 and 3 will have the same size. Let's figure out what their base and height are. So the base is 2, and the height is 4. So 1/2 2 times 4. So this would be 4. So the area of sections 2 and 3 are both equal to 4 boxes. Okay? And let me write that in. Oops, here, let me just fix that then. Okay, so this is 4. And this area is also 4. All right, so we found out the areas of all 3 triangles in our composite shape. Now what we have to do is figure out the areas of those 2 little rectangles. So let's call this skinny area, or this skinny rectangle, section 4, and this one section 5. So in section 4, remember the area of a rectangle. Here, let me rewrite it like this. Area of rectangle. Remember the area of a rectangle is base times height, or length times width, whatever you want to call it. But in section 4, let's figure out what its base and height are. The base is just 1, and then the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I love that my computer's lagging for me. Isn't that just great? Okay, 1 times 9, base times height. So this area ends up being 9 boxes. So over here in our little section, I'm going to write that this is 9 boxes. The area is 9. Okay, last but not least, we have area 5 for this section over here. And so in this section, what is the base and the height? Base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the height, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you multiply this together, you get 36. So I'm going to write that in. Okay, and so now we have all the sections of our composite shape. We've calculated the area of all of these sections. So all we got to do is add it together. So 10 plus 9 plus 4 plus 36 plus 4. So I'm just going to use my calculator. 10 plus 9 plus 4 plus 36 plus 4. I get 63. So my area is 63. All right, your turn to try to calculate the area of figure A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. That one for number 6. So I want you guys to pause the video, try it out, and then we can come back once you are done. Okay, now that you've unpaused the video, let's see how you did. So it's okay if you separated your shape a little bit differently than me. Just try to see what your final answer is and if you made any mistakes. Also, if you think I made a mistake, feel free to call me over to your breakout room and correct me. So I'm going to separate that as one triangle. I'll call that section 1. Let me make some more triangles. This is section 2, section 3, which I believe are equal triangles. And I'm going to close this off. I'll have section 4, section 5, and section 6. Okay, so we got 3 triangles. I'm not going to rewrite the area of a triangle formula, just you already see it right there. So let's calculate the area of these triangles. For first triangle in section number 1, its base is 2, and its height is 1. Everything's lagging, so I'll speak a little bit slower, I guess. And then so if you calculate 1/2 times 2 times 1, you get an area of 1. So section 1 has an area of 1. This time I'm not going to put it in the figure. I'm just going to box it over here. Okay. Section 2, the area is 1/2 base times height. So what is your base? 2. What is the height? 4. So this gives me a total area of 4. Remember, section 3 is exactly the same. Look at it. Base is 2, height is 4. So it's got the same area. It's just a mirror image of section 2. So sections 1, 2, and 3 have these areas, 1, 4, and 4. Let's take a look at sections 4, 5, and 6. Remember that those are our rectangles, so I'm not going to rewrite the area of a rectangle formula. Just know that it's right there. Okay, so for section 4, base is 4, and the height is 4. It's actually a square, but a square is a type of rectangle, so that's totally fine. 4 times 4 is 16. The area of section 4 is 16. What about the area of section 5? Base is 2. Height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 2 times 5, 10. Section 5 has an area of 10. Last but not least, section 6. What is the base? 4. What is the height? 1. So 4 times 1, 4. So we had 6 sections and we found those 6 areas. Let's add up all the areas. Okay, on my calculator, I have 39. And of course, if you think I made a mistake, go ahead, call me over, let me know, because sometimes I do. It's okay. It happens. But that is it for this video. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be glad to help.